This is Kelso Surgeon. Thank you for joining us for another session of Handicapping 101. Today we're going to talk specifically about the NFL. Before we get into that, a reminder, on Sunday, my 50-unit NFL Game of the Week should get the cash rather easily. It'll be available on this site at about 2 a.m. Sunday morning and at the office at 9 a.m. Sunday morning, both times Eastern, at 1-800-755-2255. Once again, my 50-unit NFL Game of the Week available here and at 1-800-755-2255. Now let's talk a little bit about the NFL. You know, the fact that the underdogs are ruling the day in the NFL has a lot of people confused, and my point is, hey, it's just football, and these things are going to happen from time to time. But even against that background, I've drawn some pretty definitive decisions over the ability of some of these teams to win. And I've concluded that of all the 32 NFL teams, there are only 4 who you can count on. Doesn't mean they win every game, it doesn't mean they cover every game, but you can count on them to show up and play their game. The 4 are, in no particular order, the New York Jets, the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Atlanta Falcons. The rest of the teams are either just downright bad, and that certainly would put the Buffalo Bills at the head of that category, and the rest are just their football teams in between. Sometimes they play well, sometimes they don't. But if you really are going to make a standout bet on something and you're looking for a team that you can count on, look to those 4 teams that do show up and play every single Sunday. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, the New York Jets, and the Atlanta Falcons. Once again, they won't win them all, but I can assure you one thing, you will get your money's worth. Don't forget that. Now, I don't know what's going on with the other teams in the NFL, except I do know that Carolina and Buffalo are simply pitiful football teams. You know, if you want to get some insight into how bad Carolina is, remember last week they intercepted the ball 4 times against the Chicago Bears, who were playing 2 quarterbacks that probably couldn't start for a lot of colleges, and still got beat, got blown out at 23-6. I mean, if you can intercept 4 passes and still get beat, there's something wrong. Carolina is finished. They may not win a game this season. And while I did say Buffalo was the worst team in the NFL, that might still be open a little bit to discussion. The Bills have the potential to maybe win a game here and there. I'm not sure that Carolina does. Now this week, as you're handicapping the NFL, be sure that you check all the injury reports. Green Bay has big injuries, Denver has big injuries, Cleveland has big injuries. By the way, Chicago will get back Jay Cutler at quarterback for its game this week. But teams are beginning to get dinged up pretty good, and maybe what you thought you saw last week you won't see this week. So do yourself a favor, check those injury reports, pay attention to them, and remember that injuries do count, and that NFL teams break down in direct proportion to the number of injuries that they have, especially at the skill positions. Thanks again for watching. Remember, my 50-unit NFL Game of the Week wins Sunday.